Hi there, I'm Jeremy Tong, aka Singapore Mountain Explorer. To date, I've climbed 44 mountains in the world, including Mount Everest. I'm also a mountain explorer and also an outdoor educator. Come and join me on the adventure as I climb and share with you the lessons from the mountains. Hi guys, Jeremy here. Alright, today we are here, alright, indoors to train for the outdoors. Alright, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna make use of the common facilities around here. Right, for example, the staircases or even the corridor in a very common place like HDB or a condominium. Alright, so when you guys are ready, alright, make sure you don't do it too much at the same time. Alright, just do it progressively. There are different variations of exercises. Alright, so when you guys are ready, let's go. Follow me to the staircase. Let's go. Let's start our warm-up with our upper body. Stretch our deltoids and count to 10. When the 10 seconds is over, shake off and start with the other side as well. Finally, let's start with stretching our quadriceps muscles. On the left leg, count to 10 and change over to the other leg as well. Make sure you find a spot where you can hold on in case you lose some balance. For the next stretch, we'll be focusing on stretching our hamstring. So position yourself like this, alright, and ensure that your back knee doesn't go beyond your toes. Alright, try to stretch forward and try to touch your toes, but you do not have to touch your toes. Next, find a wall like this, alright, and stretch against the wall, push against the wall. Ensure that your front knee doesn't go beyond your toes and your back leg is straightened. Try to have your heel of your foot touch the ground. You will feel the stretch on your hamstring and your calf muscles. Once you have done 10 seconds, change over to the other side as well. Okay, next up, we're gonna have our position like this. Alright, we're gonna stretch our inner thigh muscles. Alright, put your elbows on your knees and push it outwards. Alright, you'll feel the stretch on your inner thigh muscles. Alright, count to 10. Alright, and once 10 seconds is up, okay, relax and do it again. Next up, we are going to do a sole-to-sole tuck-in. So position yourself like this, with your soles facing each other. You do not have to flatten your knees, but ensure that your torso is vertical and straight up. Alright, and tuck in your knees, tuck in your heels as well towards your groin area, and you will feel the stretch inside. Count to 10 seconds and take a break, and then do it for another 10 seconds. From the seated position, move on to another stretch position by extending your left leg forward and try to stretch and touch your toes. Once you're done, you can swap over to the other leg and do the same as before. Try to touch your toes where possible. Next up, we're going to do a special stretch for your quads muscles. So you're going to lean forward with your knees almost touching the ground. Alright, and your hands leaning backwards and your body leaning backwards as well. You will feel the stretch on your quadriceps muscles. So a side view for you to take a look at how the angle is going to look like. So aim for your knees to touch the ground, but don't touch the ground, and your hands are at the back in position. We're going to stretch our neck as well, so don't forget to stretch your neck to the left side and hold it for about 10 seconds. And once that is done, swap over to the other side as well, on the right side, and then to your top and your bottom as well. Also, we are not forgetting to stretch, alright, the back of our deltoid. So let's stretch it backwards by holding the elbow and push it backwards, and then do it for the other arm as well. Each position holding for 10 seconds. Now we're going to stretch our hip as well. So let's do a clockwise rotation at the start. Do about 10 rotations and then swap over to the other side as well. Now we're going to start with a little warm-up. So let's start by jogging on the spot. Alright, little footsteps just on the spot. Make sure you time. Let's start jogging on the spot, maybe about 1 to 2 minutes, and at a certain point of time it can go a little bit faster, just like this. So go a little bit faster and then stop. Alright, and keep jogging slowly, and once another 10 seconds is up, you can start to go a little bit faster. So this is essential as part of your warm-up to ensure that your cardiovascular system is slowly but surely warming up. You don't have to go too fast, so just go very slowly if you are tired and complete it slowly. Yeah? So we're still going, alright? So ensure you keep up the pace, alright? Get your heart rate to climb a little bit higher, alright? And then when you feel tired, you can slow down a little bit, alright? And then pick up the pace again. And once you get a bit tired, slow down your pace. And then now we're going to start with doing some jumping jacks. So this is also part of the warm-up. So normal jumping jacks, alright? We're going to do about like a minute of jumping jacks. Alright, this is to train your cardiovascular system and get your heart rate to climb a little bit more. Alright, once you get tired, you can take a break, take a breather. Alright, and then start again. Ensure that you have enough space in the corridor. Alright, look around, make sure there's enough space, and then when you're ready, you can start again. Alright, so now we have a different type of jumping jack. This is a jumping jack to the side and also to the front. So it'll be an alternate, alright, alternate where you go with your left hand and your left leg forward, and then back to a normal jumping jack, and then your right hand and your right leg as well. For the next exercise, you'll be running along the corridor in a very slow and steady pace. You run forward and then backwards to train both sets of muscles for running. Keep going for about a minute or so until you're ready to bring up the pace a little bit. Also ensure that you are practicing good running strides and techniques as well. Focus on the strides and focus on the steps. At this point, you might consider to bring up the pace a little bit. So once you're ready, start to speed up your frequency of your strides. Ensure you have constant good technique and look behind for your own safety. For the next exercise, we will be focusing on doing knee raises. So position your hands and your palms like in the position as shown, alright, and lift your knees to touch your palms. This may be a tiring activity for you, so try to do it at your own pace, and I will now demonstrate on the other side as well. For the next exercise, we'll be doing half squats. Follow the position as shown with your knees and your foot not too far apart, and squat down like as if you are sitting down on a chair. Now, I will now demonstrate to you from your side. So same position as before, and imagine yourself sitting down on a chair. So I'll demonstrate on the other side as well. Also ensure that you are looking behind for obstacles or hazards that might be around the corridor. For the next exercise, we will be doing simple side hops along the corridor. So just hop along the way from one end to another end and then swap over to the other side as well. Ensure you keep a good pace, not too fast and not too slow, so you can just keep your heart rate moving as well. Also, an additional fun fact, if you have music, it will be great to have some music for these exercises, so it ensures you keep yourself motivated and following the rhythm of the music as well. The next exercise is basically an easier version of the star jump. So you'll be from a squatting position like this, alright, and then you will do a hop as you stand up. So you will squat down and then proceed on to a hop. If you prefer the exercise to be a bit more intense, you can proceed on to a star jump. So reach out and jump, but at the same time your legs will be spread out as well. As you are landing, be careful of your landing posture. Make sure that your feet comes together to ensure that you can prevent any sprains or injuries. For the next exercise, we will be doing front lunges along the corridor. So step by step, ensure that your knees doesn't go beyond your foot or your toes. Take it nice and slow. You can put your hands on your hips just like what I'm showing to you. Alright, nice and slow. Not overextending of your back legs. Maintaining your upper body posture. Make sure it's vertical. Alright, keep going. Nice and slow. Maintain on the technique. Alright, and also push up when you're almost done. Push up. Squat and push up, and squat and push up. So for the next exercise, we will be practicing how to carry your bag efficiently and prevent any injuries. So get into the position as shown. Alright, put the bag on your thighs and swing the backpack towards your back. Alright, ensure that you have your bag as close as possible to your body when you're lifting it up, and when you're putting it down as well. Alright, have it on your thighs and then down on the floor again. Ensure at the same time that you're always bending your knees and rather than leaning over and overextending your back. Alright, try practicing on your right side as well as your left side. Now as you're feeling more comfortable with this exercise, we're going to move on to another one. Alright, basically it's quite a similar one. Alright, where you're going to lift off straight away from the ground onto your body and just swing it across to the back. So once again, lift up the bag onto the front of your body and then swing it towards the back. So we'll do it on the other side as well to show you how it looks like, to practice on the left side. So bring up the bag to your body, close to your body, and then swing it backwards, right? So to ensure that your back doesn't get injured. Let's practice a few repetitions to get used to the exercise and get yourself comfortable with how you're going to carry your bag efficiently. The last backpack exercise will be where you're carrying a suitcase or a sling bag. Alright, you want to prevent any back injury, so you don't want to lift the bag directly while overextending your back like this. Okay, so what you want to do instead is to go to the back and squat down and then lift off using your knees and your leg muscles. So the whole idea is to ensure that you are making use of your leg muscles and your bone structure rather than your back muscles. So what you can do right now is to do a few repetitions of a lifting exercise using the side of the backpack, like a suitcase. And then you can always swap to the other side as well. Alright, we've almost come to the end of the corridor training session, and we're going to proceed on to the staircase training. We're going to start first off with a calf raises. So just use a single stair and stand up and raise your calves. We're going to start off with simple walk up the stairs. So stairs climbing, just up and down. If you want to use the whole flight or you want to use a few steps, that is fine as well. Alright, you can always switch up the exercise by making it a bit more varied, so you can actually carry a backpack as well, like what we shown you earlier. Alright, and go up and down the flight of stairs a few times. So once you are almost done with the single stairs climbing, you can proceed on to doing it with 2 steps. So a double step, but make sure that you are doing it nice and slow. You don't have to rush, right? Nice and slow. You can use the support of the railings as well if you want. Alright, when you're coming down, nice and slow, no rush. And when you're coming up using the railings, ensure you're maintaining a good posture and not slouching. The next exercise, we'll be doing single stairs hop exercise. So using just 4 steps, we're going to hop up and down. Alright, coordinated with your legs, up and down. The next exercise, we'll be focusing on a double stairs hop. So try to locate 2 steps, jump and jump. And then the other way again. Okay, you can come down slowly. You don't have to hop down. Take 2 steps and hop and hop. The next exercise we'll be doing a 3 stairs hop. So locate the stairs, aim properly. Alright, and when you're ready, hop and single step. Alright, and go back down again and retry again. Focus on the 3 steps and hop again. The next exercise will be just focusing on leg raises. So as you're climbing a single stair, alright, just have your knees touch your palm. Alright, nice and slow, you don't have to rush. You can use the whole flight of stairs as well. Alright, if you need a little bit more intensity for the next exercise, you can go with a little bit of a higher speed. So lift up your legs and try to tap with your palm as well. And as you are coming down, you can do the same thing, but just watch out for the steps as well. For the next exercise, we'll be focusing on side lunges. So using 2 steps, we are going to lean over to the other side and then lean over to the other side and stand up. Alright, and come down slowly. Alright, ensure that your knees doesn't go beyond your toes, the same as the normal lunges. For the next exercise, we'll be focusing on our upper body and doing a few push-ups using the facilities around us. So using the railing as shown, alright, you can do a push-up. Ensure that you are exhaling as you are pushing up, alright, and straightening your back as you are doing so as well. And if you need a bit more intensity, you can use the staircase that we will be using just now. Alright, you can use the 3 steps instead of the 2 steps for now. Alright, to create a bit of elevation, make it a bit more harder than before. And if you need an even higher intensity, you can proceed and try it with just 2 steps as a form of assistance, just like what I'm going to show you in a short while. For the next exercise, you'll be focusing back on our core once again. Alright, you will find a spot on the stairs, take a seat. Alright, and lift your legs up and do single leg raises against your chest, if you can. So for the next exercise, we'll be focusing on the side, on your obliques. So position yourself, okay, and we'll be doing side leg raises as shown. So you're going to lift up your legs upwards this way. Alright, focus on your core muscles. Once you're done with one side, you can swap to the other side. Alright, ensure good body posture. You can lean on the steps if you want to, or if you feel strong, you can lift your waist away from the stairs as well. So our last exercise for this session, alright, is to increase the intensity one more time. Alright, take a seat and do double leg raises to the chest. So nice and slow, raise your knees to your chest, up and down, up and down. Alright, we come to the end of our session and we're now going to do our cool down exercises. So the cool down exercises, we're going to stretch our arms, alright, and our legs as well. So stretch all the muscles that you have engaged in the past 30 minutes. Also, what I like to do during my cool down or stretching exercises is to play a nice song and just chill to the song while I'm doing the stretches. Alright, once you're done with the hands, you can proceed on to your legs as well. Alright, so hold on to the side of the wall to ensure you got balance. Alright, start with one leg, stretch your quadriceps muscles, and once you're done with 10 seconds, you can swap over to the other side as well. Once you're done stretching your quadriceps, you can proceed to this position to stretch your calf muscles. Alright, ensure that your back heel is touching the ground and also your knees, the front knee, is not overextending beyond your toes. Once you're done, you can swap over. Hold it stretched for about 10 seconds before switching over. For the next stretch, you will be stretching your hamstring. Alright, so the back knee not to extend beyond the toes. Try to lean forward and touch the front toes. Alright, I'll be showing you on the other side as well from the side view. So look at the knees. Alright, it's not extending beyond the toes. Try to stretch forward. You do not have to touch your toes. Okay, if you're not as flexible as me, so I do not need to touch my toes, if you're pretty flexible, you can go for it. Woo, guys, that's a wrap for today. Thank you very much once again for your participation in today's exercise. I certainly had a lot of fun. I hope you had fun too as well. We've made use of the corridors as well as the staircase to train our core muscles as well as our leg muscles. Also about injury prevention, some of the exercises are quite simple, so it prevents any back injuries as well as leg injuries. So that's about it. I'm Jeremy. Thank you once again for taking part in our exercise. I will see you guys on the trails at Macritchie or Bukit Timah. Alright, see you guys. Bye.